Right guys, welcome. It is Tuesday night, late night agenda. I'm your host Craig and we will of course be building up to the Reds' massive game in Paris tomorrow against Paris Saint-Germain. Mbappe is fit, Neymar is fit, but the good news from a Liverpool perspective is that Sadio Mane is fit as well. I'm waiting for everybody to come into the chat, then we'll get through it, we'll see what everybody wants to talk about, we'll see how everybody's feeling. I hope you're all well out there. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome to the Anfield Agenda YouTube channel, and please do hit that subscribe button, and guys, please do drop a like on the stream as well. How the hell are you guys? I hope you're all keeping well. Matt's in, the Revenite's in, Cash Trent is in, Cart, Rod, Tom, Darren, Calvin, Val, Christopher, Will, Ferno, lots of people in already. Guys, how are you? Lord Fellaini at it again, says the Revenite. Big, dirty, massive fucking handball. Let's just start with that one. How did he get away with this shit? How on earth did they get away with it? It's madness altogether, like. They are a banter club, as you've said. They're absolute dog shit. But you know what? Fuck them. Who else we got in tonight? Paul, how are you? Who watched the Lyon game? I watched it, mate. It was a weird game, wasn't it? First half, absolute dog shit. Second half, it flew by. Oh, Mane, said Anthony. Great news that Sadio Mane is fit for tomorrow, guys. Sadio has travelled. He's trained today. That's a big boost for Liverpool. It's a big boost for us. I'm looking forward to this game tomorrow. I don't know what to expect. I've been saying this all week. It's almost a free hit as far as we're concerned. Worst case scenario, we lose the game. We go into the final game knowing that a 2-goal victory over Napoli will put us through. So I'd expect us to go there tomorrow and have a real go. The pressure is all on Paris Saint-Germain. Their season pretty much rides on this game. Like, I mean, yes, they're going to win Ligue 1. That's pretty much a gimme. But they want European success, much like Manchester City. All those cheating, oil fucking pumping bastards want to win the Champions League. So let's see if we can help put them out of the league tomorrow and probably knock Manchester City out along the road as well. Look, I don't know, guys. Look, it's Paris. They're a good side. Can they turn us over? Yeah, they can turn us over. Can we beat them? Of course we can. We proved we could already. A lot of people talking about the United game as well. What a save from De Gea. I see Cameron mentioned it there. If you guys haven't seen it, again, he's been their saviour once again, but it was a phenomenal save. It was kind of Gordon Banks-esque into the bottom corner. Good strong hand. He did very well to keep it out. At a pivotal point in the game for United at that time, it was 0-0. But of course they cheated their way to a win. Marouane Fellaini going full on Harlem Globetrotters. The funny thing was, the commentator on BT, I don't know who this fucking idiot was, but I was watching the BT goal show, and this clown actually said, oh no, I would have allowed that goal to stand. There was nothing wrong with that. As far as I'm concerned, that was accidental. He fucking punched the ball. Now look, none of this matters. Everybody expected United to beat them. That sound, United are through to the last 16. Well done to United, whatever. They're still shite. The crowd were getting out. They couldn't get out that quick enough. Did you see them? Fucking hilarious. But we're not a Manchester United show. I'll leave that to Gark and the guys at the United stand to go through that and pick the bones out of that game. I want to talk about Liverpool. I want to talk about what to expect tomorrow. I want to talk about where our season's going, and I want to talk about our front three. So lots to get through. What have we got? David De Gea is too good for United. He is. Tomorrow, let's let PSG back down to earth and show them they're not a superpower. We are, said Tom. Hopefully we can. They started the mind games, as we've seen already. Like the whole thing about Fabinho, and Fabinho wanted to go to Paris Saint-Germain, and Fabinho basically taking Liverpool as the second best because Monaco wouldn't let the move to Paris Saint-Germain go ahead. These fuckers are trying everything. Everything, because they're absolutely petrified of Liverpool. They're putting stories in the media. They're trying to destabilise the club. Everything. Fuck you, Paris Saint-Germain. Fuck you, French media. Doesn't bother Liverpool in the slightest. We're going to go over there and whatever happens, happens. But it's a much bigger game for Paris Saint-Germain than it is for Liverpool, because we still have a get out of jail free card. They don't. They lose this game tomorrow night and it's so long. Farewell. Fuck you. When does De Gea's contract run out so we can join a real team? It runs out in the summer, Rod, but they do have a clause that they can extend it by a year, so basically 18 months. City showed that they're not so invincible tonight when teams go for it. English side take note of Lyon, said Mickey Robbo. Not the first time either, Mickey. We've seen Lyon do it at home. And fair play to Lyon. They went out there And they really had a go. So over 2 legs against Manchester City, they came out on top. So well done to them. Rebecca Tavares denied the Fabinho rumours again. French journalist fucked over. Did you see? I'm not sure if anybody's seen my. I was really proud of my post on Twitter over that one. If anybody's seen it, great. But I was very proud of it, and I don't want to say what it is because it's a little bit rude. But okay, then look. FFN or whatever the fuck these clowns are called said that L'Equipe are saying that Paris Saint-Germain tried to position themselves in a way to get Fabinho to the club in the summer, and I basically said they can position themselves between my fucking nuts. Fabinho's going nowhere. Shut the fuck up and stop trying to destabilise the club. I'm not really paraphrasing there. That's pretty much what I said. They can't position themselves between these big old Irish balls because Fabinho is going nowhere. It's hilarious. We've seen it with Manchester City before. When we were playing Manchester City in the Champions League, the Manchester Evening News was all over us, worrying about the route to the game, worrying about this, worrying about that, trying to destabilise Liverpool. Paris Saint-Germain at it again. It's fucking hilarious. Do you guys not look at this and just think, I take it as a massive compliment to the club? As a wise man once said, Tuchel is a BTEC Klopp, which is true, Will, absolutely true. Liverpool loanee Alain de Souza suffered an outer ligament tear in his left knee during training for Eintracht Frankfurt. He's expected to be out for 6 weeks and will travel to Liverpool. Thank you for that update, Louis. He's definitely not somebody that's forgotten about, but somebody who we can't get a fucking work permit for, so he keeps having to go around Europe on loan spells. He's somebody that Klopp rated very highly when he was speaking about him, so I do hope that Alain de Souza, and you gotta love that name, man. Who doesn't like a name that ends in de Souza? If you don't think gangster or baller when you hear that name, I give up. Craig, we raid Leon's midfield, or can we raid Leon's midfield, said Furno. There is some talent in there, mate. You're spot on. There really is. Although I think Mr. whose name I cannot pronounce, Ayer or whatever the fuck his name is, I think he was left wanted on a couple of occasions today. But Ndombele looks absolute fucking mustard. Sorry, not allowed to say that. Different gravy. I keep forgetting I'm not allowed to say mustard anymore. Craig, hope you had a good day. Absolutely no reason why we can't win in France. Bang average French club without the sugar daddy. Never be as big as us. Damn right, Ant. And they're gonna get frustrated, man. If we go over there and we put it up to them and they're not getting the breakthrough, we perhaps get an early goal. The crowd will get on their backs. They'll get frustrated. Mbappe and Neymar will start getting pissed off. And I've told this before, Neymar is a petulant little fuck. So if we can get on his nerves, if Jimmy Milner can stick him in the fucking stands like he did in the first game, then we'll see what they're about tomorrow. They're going to have a put up to them. I'm expecting Liverpool to go there and put in a performance. Let's see what happens. Let's just roll the dice and see what happens. Louis said, GFFN, bunch of nonsense. Even said yesterday that PSG is Fabinho's dream. What a joke. Look, let me say this very clearly for everybody out there. Nobody in their wildest fucking dreams in their lifetime of going to play for Paris Saint-Germain. It's not a fucking club people want to go to. The reason people go to Paris Saint-Germain is one reason and one reason only. Money. That's it. What's this? You cry tomorrow. What's this one? Hang on. Where's this dude on? You cry tomorrow, lazy mo. I don't know what that fucking idiot on Periscope is trying to say. He may come back with a sentence that actually makes sense. 3-0 for PSG, bro, he says. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, Mr. Frex Mikhail. I think that your name is. You need it more than we do, buddy. If you're a Paris Saint-Germain fan, 3-0 for you guys tomorrow. Let me just say one thing to you, brother. There's not a fucking hope in hell that you guys keep a clean sheet against Liverpool tomorrow. Not a hope in hell. Now, back to you guys. Let's just ignore the PSG fans. We'll let them come in. We'll have their bit of banter. Then they can go back to wherever the fuck it is they come from, because nobody gives a fuck. Paris Saint-Germain is not a destination club. People that go there for a big dirty wad of oil cash. Otherwise, nobody gives a fuck about Paris Saint-Germain. The same reason when the oil barons pull out, nobody will give a fuck about the club yet again. We have such a good midfield, said Antoine. Fabinho is staying, so deal with it, you French cheats. Subi said, hey Craig, we can win, but it's going to be tricky. It's going to be a really tough game. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. Paris Saint-Germain have a very good squad. That front three alone, Cavani, Neymar, Mbappe, I mean, if they're on form, if they don't cry, if they're not rolling around the ground whinging, well, to be fair, Cavani doesn't do that. I'll give him that. He needs a fucking haircut, but he doesn't do that. if they're on song tomorrow, we can be in trouble. We can be in trouble. But you know what? Who gives a fuck? If we go over there and lose, we lose. I want to see Liverpool going there and having a go. We've beaten them at home. If we lose away, that's almost to be expected. It's no big shock. We know what we have to do then the final day. We have to go and beat Napoli by 2 clear goals. And we can absolutely do that as well. Fekir has played almost every game. I don't think we pulled out due to injury. I have a theory that we tried to lower the price and fucked up negotiations with Aulas, aka Johnny Cunty Locks. Mate, that could well be true. Nobody really knows what happened there in the summer. I put up a tweet. I spoke yesterday and I read out to you guys the stats about Jordan Henderson and his forward passing. I put up a tweet on Twitter, obviously, about this, and I listed the stats out. And I was really interested to see how this tweet went, how it was received by people. Fucking hell. So far, as I sit here, it's had 2,400 likes. So 2,400 likes of Liverpool fans who are happy to see that statistic with Jordan Henderson having a higher level of passing or forward passing than most of the other top 6 midfielders. Xhaka was the only one that was ahead of him. But I got to be honest, I didn't put that in the list because I really wanted to fucking wind up the Hendo haters. So I didn't put that in the list. Hendo has no physical condition. Shut the fuck up, you absolute muppet. Hendo has no physical condition. Have you ever seen him play, you fucking clown? Jordan Henderson has more physical condition than anybody in your midfield, you absolute fucking muppet. God almighty, some people talk. If you're gonna come in and try and talk smack, at least come up with something that makes fucking sense. Calling Jordan Henderson unfit or saying he's got no physical condition is absolute rubbish. Next you'd be saying Jimmy Milner's a lazy cunt. Where was I? Sorry. Yeah, so anyway, about that tweet. I was shocked to see it go so far. I really was. 2,400 or something like that likes. And of course, you got the Henderson haters popping in. You had the Henderson haters saying the stat isn't relevant. It didn't include this, this and this. And look, to a certain extent, it isn't relevant. It has to be taken in a greater context. And I've spoken before, and I've openly said, I don't really understand statistics. I'm not a statistician, and I'm certainly not somebody who I believe is capable of implementing stats and addressing them in the correct way. I pulled that stat out of the echo and I dropped it in there just to see how people reacted to it. And I was pleasantly surprised at the backing that Hendo was getting. It restored my faith in the Liverpool fan base, particularly on Twitter. I would say it was 90% supportive of Jordan Henderson, 10% people who you're never going to turn around. So guess what? 10% got blocked yesterday on Twitter. I think I've blocked more people in the last 48 hours than I have in the past year. Apart from one result, PSG haven't done much in the group. The little poodle and the muppet can go play in the sandpit, said Rod. Craig, what do you think of the rumour Liverpool wanting to buy Suso from Milan? That rumour, Antoine, it's been coming around every fucking season since he left. He did say at one point he has unfinished business. I'm not sure if it was in the Premier League or with Liverpool. I can't remember which one. He's just not good enough, as far as I'm concerned, Antoine. He's doing okay at Milan, but Milan aren't doing great as a club. I don't think he's fit. I think he should stay where he is, mate, if I'm being honest, or perhaps get a move to Spain. Those leagues will probably suit him more than the Premier League. One thing I would say though, Antoine, and this is completely just out of nowhere, I pull this out of my head now because you mentioned him. Christian Eriksen at Spurs is somebody whose contract is running down and somebody who a lot of people believe fancies a move away from Spurs. Now, if Christian Eriksen was to leave Spurs, then a Suso or somebody of that calibre of footballer could well be somebody that would end up at Spurs. So if he is coming back to the Premier League at some point, if Eriksen moves on, I'd perhaps keep an eye on that one. But again, mate, that's not based on anything other than intuition. Haha, just joined, love it, don't slag Hendo, said Skipper Dog. That's one thing I will not put up with on this channel. If Hendo is a shit game, I'll be the first one to come on and say Hendo with a shit game. Don't get me wrong. I don't blow smoke up the captain's arse. But I'm not going to put up with people talking shit about him for the sake of it. Everybody on here has a right to critique somebody's game or say he didn't put in a good shift. Anybody. Salah's not immune to it. Firmino's not immune to it. Klopp's decisions aren't immune to it. But fairness is all we ask. I mean, some people just come on here and just hate Jordan Henderson. We won 3-0 at the weekend. Yes, he got sent off. But you'd swear Jordan Henderson scored 2 OGs and went over and fucking pulled a mooner to the crowd. Like, madness. So many Henderson haters lately, Craig. Even Redman made a video about it. When you say made a video about it, to what extent? Revenite, mate. As I said, I don't watch much YouTube, so I haven't seen the Redman video you're speaking about, but please do let me know in what context that video was made. Was it supportive of Jordan Henderson, or was it trying to have a little dig at him? PSG fans, Marquinhos' position is tomorrow's DM again. Here's an analogy. HMS PSG will set sail, but after 3 minutes, Killian and the whiny one will jump overboard. Tuchel will lose control of the boat and it will capsize after hitting a huge rock. That's the thing, as I said, it's a free fucking roll for us. It's a free roll of the dice for us. They're the ones that are under pressure. They're the ones that have to get a result. Fuck them. Just joined. What have I missed? Not much, buddy. Not much at all. We had a PSG fan come in who came up with a 3-0 scoreline and said that Jordan Henderson is unfit or something along those lines. I love the fact that we're in their heads. I love the fact that we're in Manchester City's head. I absolutely fucking adore it. I heard one clown earlier on BT say that he believed, or was it BT or Sky? It was either before the game on Sky or it was during the game on BT, something like that. Said that they believe Manchester City will easily go unbeaten in the Premier League this season because they've been to the Etihad, they've been to Wembley, they've been to Anfield and they haven't lost yet. So that means they're not going to lose for the entire season. Let's just give them the trophy now, will we? Start the parade route and just forget about it. Give them the Champions League trophy as well. Who the fuck are these idiots? These clowns are actually paid by television channels to give an opinion that really nobody gives a fuck about, and two is normally absolute dog shit. You alright, Craig? It's been a long time. I've been extremely busy with work. I've had to do extra hours. I'm feeling tired, but I can see the channel has really changed. Hello, Dennis, mate. Always great to have you back. I'm glad you've been getting the shifts in, mate. It's always great to get a few bob in the pocket, particularly coming up to Christmas. Channel has changed. We've really pushed along, and the subscribers have gone up. It's been great fun. I'm so happy to have you here, Dennis, mate. Great to have you back. Guys, if I'm not myself today, please bear with me. I have a virus at the minute. I was at the doctor's today and I'm really not feeling great at all. I wasn't going to do the stream tonight, but I was too hyped because it's the day before a game, so I felt like I had to. I felt like I could not come on and say hello. So if I'm a little bit off colour or something like that, just bear with me. I'll try my best. I haven't even had a chance to make notes. I'm just winging it tonight. I screamed at the TV when I'm a Celeb was on, said, Ben, haven't watched it, mate. I watched the first episode and I haven't watched it since. Redmen, supportive. I made very good points, just like you have. Brilliant. I'm glad to hear the support and the captain. I'd expect nothing less. I'd expect nothing less from the lads at Redmen, from the lads at the Anfield Rap. You know, people who give good, valid, fair points a lot of the time. And if you support Henderson, the funny thing is, the Henderson Out Brigade say that me, the Anfield Rap, Redman TV, the Echo, that we're all on the pro-Henderson agenda and that the captain can't do anything wrong and that we're all blind. Fuck off. We just like to give him credit where credit's due. As I said before, if Hendo was a shit game, I'll come on here and say Hendo was a shit game. I've heard the Anfield Rap criticise Jordan Henderson. I don't watch the Redmen, so I can't say I've heard them. But it's ridiculous. These people, there's no middle ground some of the time with these fuckers. It's all one way or the other. It's like there can't be anybody in the middle. I follow you, see you tomorrow and have a good game. Same to you, mate. It got a bit heated earlier on, my French friend. But look, enjoy the game tomorrow. Drop in if we're doing a watch along, mate. So drop in, have a look at the channel and we'll react together. But look, whatever happens, happens. It's only a game of football, pal. Thank you for the follow and take care. Discussing if Hendo should be captain, which they obviously were. Arguing for him to say as captain because it's ridiculous. They pulled off some mad tweets off Twitter, mate. There's been some fucking weird ass tweets on Twitter about Jordan Henderson. There really has. So look, well done to the lads at Redmen anyway for sticking up for him. I would like to see Fabinho scoring. If I'm not wrong, he hasn't scored. Did he score in pre-season? No, he missed a penalty, didn't he? I honestly don't know. Oh, Frex Miguel, my pleasure, mate. And again, apologies if I got a bit heated earlier on, mate. Thank you for the support. And look, I'll chat to you tomorrow. Craig, hot toddy before bedtime. Don't drink whiskey or anything, mate. I couldn't put it near my lips. I'd throw up. Go have a night off. You don't look well. I'm not well at all. I'm absolutely dying. But it is the game, the night before a match. So I want to come on and say hello to everybody. And look, let's have a bit of fun. Maybe that'll cheer me up a bit. Origi is ill, so I hope he gets better. I also hope he gets some nice hot tea. There you go. Henderson's a great player, committed and a great captain, said to go. Ragnar said it, so it's got to be true. Wesley Brown's lineup tomorrow is Alisson Becker, Trent, Gomez, VVD, Robbo. Midfield of Henderson, Milner, Gini, and then Salah, Mane and Firmino. Just thinking about my team, mate. Do you know, I couldn't really argue with your team selection there, Wesley. I'd love to see Naby Keita get a run in there, but what you've gone with there is a very solid team. Honestly, think all the Hendo hate is a nonsense, just nitpicking. Again, if we win, Hendo gets fucking zero credit. If we lose, it's all his fault. That's the truth. That's the fucking truth. When have we ever won and people have said, you know what? Well, no, excuse me, not people. There are lots of people who would credit them. The Hendo haters. Or the FSG out brigade. Did they ever give FSG credit? Not that I see. Some of them have turned over a new leaf, which is good to see. But what really gets me is, and I've said this openly before, I used to not have an agenda against, but I didn't rate Dejan Lovren very much. I've been very open about that. But he's won me over. Ever since that performance that he completely fell apart last year at Wembley against Spurs, he's turned his game around and he's really won me over. So I'd like to think that most people have it in them to reassess a player if they start putting in performances, look at them with fresh eyes and say, well, do you know what? Maybe my perceptions of this player were a little bit off. Maybe I need to look at some statistics to try and see if what I'm seeing on the pitch is actually what's bearing out in the numbers. And that's what I tried to do with Dejan Lovren. I looked at it and I tried to look at it with fresh eyes. I looked at some statistics and you could see he was clearly improving, and you could understand why Klopp kept putting faith in him. And now Dejan Lovren is a very, very high level defender in my opinion. Will he never make a mistake again? Of course not. Everybody make fucking mistakes. But just try and be fair in your valuations of players. Not your valuations, in your evaluations of players. Who else have we got? Anybody else got any predictions or teams in there? Antoine starting 11. Alisson, Robbo, VVD, Gomez, Trent, Keita, Hendo, Milner, Shaqiri, Firmino and Salah. If Mane is fit, he deserves a rest. He is fit, mate. Well, he trained today, so I would say that he's fit. Man City's accountants have been on apparently you got bubonic plague. Probably. Mate, honestly, I'm in fucking aches and pains everywhere at the minute. Nobody wants to hear about that though, so let's push on. Klopp has proved he doesn't care who is the armband. Example being Coutinho, like when we had Gerrard and Carrot in the team. Carrot was more the captain than Gerrard at the time, so it's like what he did with VVD and Hendo. Connor, you've made a very good point. A lot of the time people put too much emphasis on the captain's armband. Ideally, as Connor has said there, when we had Gerrard, we had Carragher, we had Alonso, we had leaders all over the field. We want that again. So we've got our captain, we've got Jordan Henderson, we've got Jimmy Milner, you've got Virgil van Dijk there, as you said, leaders. Bobby Firmino, leader up front. Alisson, certainly a leader from the back. We've got leaders. Dejan Lovren, he sees himself as a leader. So we've leaders all over the pitch. Whoever has the armband has the armband. And I've said before, the captaincy of a football club like Liverpool, Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, whoever the fuck it is, the big clubs, that comes with a lot more than just walking out in the field with a piece of material on your arm. I've said this time and time and time again. You've got corporate duties, you've got charitable stuff to do, you've got to deal with sponsors, you've got to write letters for the clubs, you've got to sign stuff, you've got to appear in television ads, you've got so much stuff to do that maybe Virgil van Dijk just said, you know what, fuck it. I couldn't be arsed with this shit. I love playing for Liverpool. Let me go out there, let me do my thing, let me do my own charity work that I do, and let me go back home and enjoy my life. None of us know. Klopp sees Jordan Henderson every day. Klopp came in, Hendo was captain, he looked at him and went, yeah, he's a fucking leader, let's go with that. Nothing wrong with it. Craig, I think we'll see Naby in the derby. Is he match fit for a game like this? Oh, that would be a good game for him, Scotty. He'd love an old derby. The only thing is, we know Naby Keita likes to stick a foot in. So if the derby gets a little bit heated, I wouldn't be too surprised to see Naby pick up a card. Emre Can was blamed for everything when he played for us. Even if he didn't do anything wrong, it was his fault. And I think that was because he was leaving again. And I looked at Emre Can and I thought that he was always thoroughly professional when he was at Liverpool. Like him or hate him, I thought he always tried his best. Christopher has gone for Alisson, Trent, Lovren, VVD, Robbo, Hendo, Gini, Shaqiri, Mane, Firmino, Salah. Alisson, Trent, Lovren. VVD, Robbo, Henderson, Genie, Shaqiri, Mane, Salah. A very experienced team there, Christopher. So yeah, again a very good choice. Owen said, I don't think Hendo and Millie should be in the same starting 11. I get that, Owen. I get where you're coming from. A lot of people say that there's a lack of creativity when you've got those two playing alongside each other. And I suppose it depends on what you want in specific periods of the game or from a specific performance. Sometimes you do need a bit of guile, but sometimes you need people to battle and be solid. And let's see what Klopp wants tomorrow, but I totally get where you're coming from, Alan. I don't think you're alone. I think a lot of people don't like to see the two of them playing alongside each other in midfield. Neil said, you may laugh at this, but I think Liverpool will score a lot of goals tomorrow. PSG have no style of play. They'll just play allowing us so much space on the counter-attack. I hope so. I'd love an out game of basketball tomorrow. Back and forth, attack, attack, attack. That would be excellent. Craig, what happens? You don't look well. I've got a virus, Antoine. I don't know. I was at the doctor's today. Pains in my arms, pains in my legs, sick, dizzy. Nothing I can take because it's a virus, but I just don't feel great, buddy. But I'm here. I said I'd be here, and I'm here because I love you guys. I love the effort you put in. If you're going to be here, then I'm going to drag my ass on to be here as well. Craig, wearing a beanie helps when being ill, except for Origi with STD. There's no way I'm wearing a beanie, Rod. Doesn't happen. There's a couple of things Craig does not do. I don't wear beanie hats. I don't use umbrellas. What else do I not do? Don't wear beanie hats. Don't use umbrellas. And I've got a few other little foibles that I don't do either. Oh, I don't let people pass me on the stairs in the house. You can't walk up. You can't cross on the stairs in my house. No, you either all go the one direction or somebody waits till somebody else comes up or down the stairs. It's really odd, I know, but I don't know where I picked it up from. Maybe it was my grandmother or something, but she always said don't cross on the stairs. I don't know. I don't think the weather was that bad today. It was fucking shocking over here, Antoine. The weather was absolutely shocking. Rain was pelting down. Back five, Hendo, Millie, Naby, Mo, Bobby, Mane, said Anthony. Louise, how are you? Great to have you in with us. Louise has joined as well. Louise, give me your prediction for tomorrow, please, mate. Stephen as well, yours, please, buddy. Craig, I think we should play 4-2-3-1 formation tomorrow. Yeah, the counter-attack might work tomorrow if Mo's in form. But the thing is, if you're playing a 4-2-3-1, the big problem is you always have your one, so your Mo Salah, particularly if you're playing a counter-attack. He's isolated because he's up against a back four, a back three, depending on how many they have back. And that, unless you get the bodies from midfield to back him up, it can be pretty uneventful. If you get a ball over the top and you get him in behind, fucking happy days. But if you're playing him into corners, you need support. You need the runners to come from midfield. Cameron said, most likely Milner will start. He had a rest for a couple of weeks. This is true as well. I live in Northern Ireland though, so the weather might be different. Could be. We're not that far apart, but yeah, maybe. Well, sure, look, my mother-in-law lives in Dublin and she came down today to help with some wallpapering, and yes, the weather was different down there, so you're absolutely spot on, mate. Why did you delete that? All he said is, how are you doing, Baldy, Eric Tice? That's just a question. I don't think there's anything wrong in that. I'm absolutely fine, Eric. I hope you're well, mate. Put some more stuff in the chat. I don't know yet if you're a troll or if you're a nice fella, but I wouldn't have deleted your comment, how you doing, Baldy. I mean, you're just being observational, but I'm doing okay, mate. Thank you. Don't forget that PSG are playing three at the back with Bernay and a left back who is like Moreno defensively. And fair now, buddy, they're under serious pressure. They have to fucking win this. They don't win this game and Napoli get a result, then they are up shit creek. I felt like a few weeks ago, it lasted about a week, so good luck. I didn't want to leave my bed. And my daughter's not well either. She's coming down with something similar. She came home from school today and you could just tell by looking at her face that she wasn't well. I hope you'll be okay to watch the game tomorrow, mate. I'm watching that fucking game, one way or the other. Don't you worry. Yeah, we've got 2/3 of our living room wallpapered now, which is a massive fucking help because I bought wallpaper ages ago. I'm just so fucking lazy when it comes to DIY that didn't bother my arse getting around to it. And it's one of the reasons why I didn't like doing the watch-alongs downstairs, because the walls in the sitting room were bare and they weren't ready. But at least now we'll have a decent shot in the living room, because you know I like to watch the games downstairs in my house, not with the green screen behind me like this. So Fingers crossed tomorrow everything goes well. We can switch things up, either a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. Bring on Shaqiri and Fabinho. PSG haven't got a plan B, said Cameron. I've got to be honest, mate. I would like us to go with the straightforward 4-3-3 tomorrow. I really would. I'd like us to go 4-3-3 and really have a fucking go with them. Jason said, I can start my Anfield Agenda apprenticeship on Saturday with some fan reactions outside Anfield. There you go, Jason. We've had that. Oh, block that Conor Crosby lad. Will you look at him in abusing me immediately? Block him, kick him out of the chat. Who the fuck does he think he is? Only messing buddy. I thought you were out for the night. But great for you to pop in anyway. Connor's in the chat, everybody say hello. Would you play Bobby in the middle or Mo in the middle? I will play Bobby in the middle, Scotty, because I'd like us to go with the 4-3-3. I'd like us to go back to the way it was. I'd like us to go the 3 up front, get somebody to support them, maybe Shaqiri, I don't know, and then have the 2 deeper line midfielders there to do the job, to clean up and to kind of stop PSG from playing their way through. I just think if we go with them, we can give them a game. I don't want to sit back and try and play on the counter attack. I think that would be playing right into their hands. It could be effective, yeah, it could be, but as we've seen tonight with Leon went and had a go at Manchester City again. They got a good result. They didn't get the win, they got a draw. They got the win at the Etihad, but I'd like the same with PSG. We had a go at them at Anfield, we beat them. Let's do it again. Craig, last 16 of the Champions League is in February, so that's 3 months United have to deal with Mourinho. Did you see the state of him when they scored? Picking up the fucking water bottles and smashing them down on the ground, the petulant little fuck. How did you get the virus, Craig? I don't know, mate. I honestly don't know. I know where you're going with that one, but I don't know. Stephen Richard said, Craig, balls out, 2-1 win for us tomorrow. Logan said, Alisson, Robbo, VVD, Gomez and Trent. Then Genie, Milner, Keita, Shaqiri, Bobby and Salah. No Mane because he's in doubt due to illness. He did train today, Logan, so he is technically available. I don't know whether Klopp will risk him or not. He may rest him with the derby ahead of the weekend. I don't know. If he trains tomorrow before the game and he looks okay, I think he's declared himself fit. But look, trust the manager to get the right selection. What time is the watch along tomorrow, Craig? I'm getting tired. Probably, the game is 8 o'clock, so we'll probably get going about 7:30, Scotty. Maybe 7:20 to 8, something around that. We'll get space tomorrow as long as we don't give anything away. It's a win, said Anthony Peters. Just like Scotty has said, guys, we will be doing a watch along of the game against Paris Saint-Germain tomorrow, starting about 7:30. Hope you can join us for it, whatever the fuck that means. Hope you can join us for it. We had lots of people in for the one against Watford. I think we passed 25,000 views of that one, so thank you to everybody that watched that. Hope you can join us for that one tomorrow as well. Should be an interesting game. I'm very much looking forward to it. And of course, guys, if you're new, if you're watching, do please hit that subscribe button. Do give a thumbs up on the stream. It means the world to us. And give this bald-headed Irish twat a bit more of an ego, because I do like to see a thumbs up. I ignore the thumbs down, but I do like to see a thumbs up. I think everybody does, even though it doesn't really mean anything. It's weird, isn't it? I don't know why they're there, really, but... Would you take a draw tomorrow, Craig? Yes, Owen, I would. I would take a draw tomorrow. I would. Definitely. I said this before. I actually expect a 2-2 draw. That's what I predict tomorrow's scoreline to be. I love it though, because anything works for us, Owen. If we lose tomorrow, it still comes down to the last game against Napoli. And we are more than capable of beating Napoli by 2 goals at Anfield. Why is the Nightbot deleting messages, Connor? That's really weird. Connor, if you're still watching, mate, can you tell me why the Nightbot is deleting Antoine's messages? Craig, did you see our new 16-year-old Dutch player playing the under-23s? Wow, what a player. What an amazing fullback. Is that guy Hoover? The guy we signed from Ajax, Neil? And I didn't get to see him play, no. Hello, Father Dougal. I couldn't quite comment on that, mate. That would be an ecumenical matter. Off to watch Kloppo's press conference after this, said Mr. RJC. I have to watch it myself, actually. Good shout, mate. Craig will smash Mourinho at Anfield. We definitely will. Definitely will. I cannot wait for that game against United. A question Redman got on their pod today was, do you prefer Winger Salah or central Salah? I prefer winger Salah, Mr. RJC. I have to be honest, I do. I said this the other night. I prefer him coming in from the right hand side. I think it allows Bobby to do a little bit more as well. And what we seen last year was so many people got drawn out to the right hand side to try and cover Salah and Firmino that it was space on the left hand side for Mane, who drifted central a lot of the time and picked up scraps. So yeah, for me, I'd like to see him on the right hand side. Is Neymar and Mbappe available? Yes, mate. They're both fit for the game tomorrow. Yeah, so both teams should pretty much be full strength. So no excuses for anybody. Man United, the new banter club, said Roberto. They are, mate. And what was really look, they got the win, so fair fucks. But what was really funny about it was the amount of fans that were leaving the stadium. There's no excuse for that. Like, whatever they can't give us the whole they're behind the team, they're behind the manager. They fucking left. The stadium was probably 1/3 empty with 5 minutes to go in the game. It speaks for itself. They're not behind that manager. They're not behind the owners of the club. Yes, they will be behind the club, but look, we've been where they've been. We've been in that fucking place where you feel like you're going nowhere, going backwards, you're banging your head against the wall. You're looking at the manager and you're just going, what the fuck are you doing? The owners aren't getting their finger out. Tough fucking shit, because we ain't there anymore. We're in a good place. We've got Kloppo. Our owners are spending money. The team has a plan. We're going forward. Now it's time for those fuckers to suffer. And it could not happen to a nicer bunch of arrogant bastards. Heading off up the Reds, said Mighty Lad. Up the Reds, Mighty Lad, definitely. I hope we can kick Neymar out of the UEFA Champions League and see him cry the money grabbing. You said kid. I would have went a little bit more harsh than that, Liverpool legend, but the money grabbing kid will do. Guys, a couple of shout outs as well. Again, these are just shout outs because they're friends. It's not because I'm getting anything for these, but massive shout out to my friend Awesome Streams on Twitter. Again, sorted me out with some television solutions. Really advise you to check that one out. And of course, Tactics FM, who actually are one of our minor sponsors here on the podcast. TacticsFM.com for all your sports podcasts and sports news. Jump over there, give them a try. The guy's doing his best to grow it, and you know what? I've known him since day one. He's a really sound guy. He works his ass off to get Tactics FM going. So if you like sports podcasts, especially football podcasts, jump over to TacticsFM.com, check it out. Or go on to Twitter and follow Tactics FM. He posts all the stream or the links to all the podcasts up there. Yeah, he even posts some links to people I don't like for their podcast, but I'm still supporting him because he's a damn good lad. The game starts at 4 PM where I'm from, said Sauce Overload. Where are you from, buddy? I don't think you've ever told us that before. Maybe you have and I just forgot. What the fuck is going on with Antoine? I don't know why his messages have been deleted by Nightbot. Oh, Nightbot said, piece of cake, stop spamming symbols. Connor, if you're watching, mate, can you sort that out? Because I haven't got a fucking clue what's going on there. Does anybody know how to get Kilo's press conference on? You mean Klopp's press conference? Every thumbs up is a bit of dopamine. Yes, it is. That's exactly it, Mr. RJC. You've nailed it. That is exactly what it is. It's a little hit of dopamine. Well done. Nice one. I'm going to use that in the future. It can't time out mods, said Connor. Spam. I don't know what you mean by spam, Connor. He doesn't seem to be spamming, but hey Claire, how are you? Great to have you in with us. Claire has joined. Great, always great to have Claire with us. How jammy are Man United? Very jammy, Claire. It was a fucking handball as well, but you know what? Fuck it, they're still shy. Nightbot has been purged by Gark. One question, why do these streams at 10 PM instead of something like 7 PM? Because I have an autistic son, mate, and he goes to bed about 9 o'clock, and it can take us an hour, sometimes longer, to get him off to sleep. So when he goes to bed and he goes to sleep, I do the streams, and that's why they'll always be at 10 o'clock. Plus, I try and cater to the American market as well. So if we do the streams at 10 PM, sometimes people get to listen to us on the way home from work. People like Far Royal who listen to the stream on the way home from work. But mainly it's in and around my family life, because I have a life as well, buddy, and it's a busy one, believe it or not. So little man comes first. Lucas will always come first, and once he's settled in, then I'll come on. I think Klopp has seen Salah being found out upon early this season. He's swapped him to confuse other teams as a plan B. The Reverend said, I love Liverpool, Craig, but not even I could sit by and watch Mourinho playing that boring ass football with 3 up front. Kloppo for life. I don't know what he's doing. Tonight, Pogba on the bench. Lukaku on the bench. And look, Lukaku couldn't hit a barn door with a banjo lately. But how many fucking opportunities tonight did Rashford miss? I've seen at least 4 in the highlights. When do you get upgraded to the goal spanner? Oh, I mean that's you don't even want to know about that, Rod. That goal spanner is... I haven't even gotten to the goal spanner yet. Antoine Goldman, Craig has to put the little dude Lucas to bed. Yeah, there you go. Spam, spam, spam. I don't know what the fuck all these spam, spam, spams are. United fans scraping through just to get knocked out by somebody like Madrid in the next round. Yeah, they're gonna get fucking... Do you know what? Let's make Antoine a mod, and then maybe that'll help you, Antoine. Connor said that he can't do it to a mod, so I've made you a mod, mate. Hopefully that helps. Scotty, how are you not a fucking mod? There you go, mate. Boom. You've been spannered. I'm off to bed. I'm artistic, Craig. I think you meant to say autistic, mate, but probably autocorrect changed that one. Night, mate. Evening, Craig. Evening, Redman. Hello, Randy. Great to have you in, mate. He said, I do believe we can get a result, a draw in Paris, and then do the job against Napoli at Anfield. I'm the same, mate. I think we can definitely do a job at Anfield, and I think we can get a point tomorrow as well. Evening, Red, said Brian. Still in the old hospital, but wanted to check in. Up the fucking red, lads. Brian, mate, I'm glad to hear you're doing okay. I hope you're out soon. I hope you get to see the game. I won't, your information is private, buddy. I'm not going to tell anybody what's up, but I hope you're well. What game did everybody watch today? I decided to watch Juve versus Valencia, said Antoine. I didn't watch any. I just watched the BT Goal show, mate. I absolutely love that show. I think it's a breath of fresh air, and I wish they could do it for the Premier League. I know that the rules are different, but I love it. I love that you get a goal. When the goal goes in immediately, they go straight to it. It's brilliant. It's a really good show. Craig's got more spanners than Quick Fit. Damn right. Logan, can I have a spanner? I don't know, Logan, actually. You're only in a couple of days, mate, aren't you? I don't know. Let's have a vote. Shall we give Logan a spanner? Thumbs up or thumbs down? I'm only messing, Logan. There you go, mate. There. Is there anybody in this fucking place that doesn't have a spanner at this point? We are just Spanner FM. Hopefully we'll get you as well, Brian. Or you'll get well, Brian, excuse me. We'll get you as well. Fucking threats there coming in. Welcome to the Blue Spanner Club, said Louise to Antoine. Did you see AEK Molotov? Damn idiots. I didn't see that, mate. What happened? What happened? Did they throw something on the pitch? Did they throw a Molotov cocktail at somebody? I didn't see what happened. Craig, to think of all the places and scenarios we're in right now, y'all tuning into the channel. We should hope for a win, said Liverpool legend. Tonic said, watch the Leon game. We could use Fekir now. We really could. We really could, mate. We could use Fekir. We could use Pulisic. We could use Dybala. We could use somebody in that town without a shadow of a doubt. I'm really interested to see if we do something in January, even if it is a move that doesn't come off really till the summer. Up the motherfucking ultra, said Stephen. There you go. If anyone does spam, can I time them out, said Antoine. No, mate. The reason the spanner's there now is to just stop you getting timed out. So, again, anyone that isn't a mod, if somebody asks a question, don't block them. Even if the question says cunt, baldy, whatever. Let somebody ask a question. Only time somebody out or block them if 1, they're spamming links. Bang, get them out. 2, they're abusing somebody in the chat. Whether that be me or you guys, kick them out immediately. Other than that, let them have their bit of banter. Let them have their bit of fun. If you don't like something, that's not really grounds for booting it out. It's more if it's been offensive. Because we like to give everybody a chance to state their opinion. Even if we don't like it. Even if somebody comes on and says Liverpool are shit, they're going to get beaten 2-1 tomorrow. I'd like to ask the guy why he thinks that at least. Or the girl, why they think that. To at least get some interaction from them before we boot them out. Stephen said, if you enjoy this channel and want to see it grow, consider becoming a patron like me at patreon.com or making a donation on Ko-fi. The Ko-fi link will go in at some point. It's on that Nightbot thing. It will get posted in. I'm not even going to talk about it tonight because I couldn't be bothered. I'm not feeling that well and I couldn't be arsed going through the whole spiel about the Ko-fi. Oh yes, Cart, you can definitely have one, mate. There you go, pal. Craig, not only do I have a spanner, I also have a screw loose, said Stephen. I can vouch for that. He certainly does. In a very nice way, though. Spanners will be taken if Mod abuses power. There you go. What's a spanner? I've only been here 4 streams. You're not supposed to say that, Antoine. Shh. It means you're a mod for the channel, mate, which means you're a moderator for the channel, which means that you can basically boot people out if they're being offensive. You can time people out. Are you stone, Baldy? I fucking wish, Siraj. I wish I was. But no, mate. Sadly, I'm just sick. But no, I'm not stoned. I wish I was. I wish I was, mate. I mean, if you've got anything to send my way, do send it over. Craig, I went to Ellen Road. The atmosphere was amazing. Oh yeah, Subi, I forgot you were going there. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, mate. Always great to hear people enjoying football, wherever it might be. It is the beautiful game. I love stadiums, by the way. I love going and visiting stadiums. Wherever I'm on holidays, I try and get to a new stadium. If we go to Texas next year, the Dallas Cowboys Stadium is top of my list to see. Oh, it's on my bucket list. I love that stadium. Craig, sounds like you and the Nightbot have a few timings out to sort. Not my department, Mr. RJC. Connor's department. I'm the talent. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Connor's the tech geek. I will protect the Anfield army. Damn right you will. Any chance of a spanner? Connor McCracken. Of course, Connor. 1 second. Connor again. Somebody who's been around a long time. There you go, sir. Just got me. What's this? Just got me early a big chunky bud. Have to travel down the island to get it. Oh, you got a big bud. As in like bud. Yeah, nice one. Nice one. Do share. It's been so long, Mr. RJC, since I did get stoned actually, now that somebody mentioned it. It's been a very long time. Come chill with me then, Craig, said Connor Buckley. Don't tempt me, lad. Don't tempt me. It's been so fucking long. I've been such a good boy for so long. So boring, my life. I'm waiting for the day that weed gets legalised in Ireland. I can't believe it is in America and it isn't in Ireland. That baffles me. America, the country that used to have a zero tolerance policy on drugs, used to lock people up for life, is now selling weed. It's beautiful. So is Canada, Amsterdam. Hopefully the UK and Ireland follow suit and get medical marijuana legalised. Because I fucking promise you, the day that gets legalised, I'm going to go there with a list of fucking things to get me that medical marijuana immediately. A victory tomorrow would be absolutely massive going forward. We can do this, guys. Come on, you Red, said Senior Flamo. I love the belief, mate. Well in. Logan said, I think Klopp will start a weak side versus Everton, and I think he'll give players like Matip and Klein a chance. He will be lynched if he does that, Logan. As much as we all love Jurgen Klopp, nothing would make us happier than going out and battering Everton at Anfield. Absolutely giving them a fucking kicking. So he can't take that risk. He cannot take a risk. We need to beat Everton. We need to beat them, and we need to give them a damn good fucking paste them while we're at it. Play Liverpool songs at the start of the stream tomorrow. Can't do it, particularly if they're copyrighted, mate. Although I do have permission legally to play the Fields of Anfield Road, because as I said, my father-in-law's mate wrote the Fields of Athenry, Pete St. John. It is his fucking song, and I have an email from him saying that I can use it, no problem, which is sound. Craig, Depay was good against City. Hate his attitude, but I take him. He had a decent game, Rev and I, from the highlights I'd seen. Some nice balls as well. That sounds weird, but yeah, some nice balls sprayed around the field, shall I say. Craig giving out spanners like Christmas presents. Why not, mate? 'Tis the season to be jolly and all that. I don't drink CBA with hangovers and poor discipline, so I just smoke when I'm daughter free. Absolutely, mate. I mean, you look after your kids aren't around like anybody else that goes for a pint or whatever. You do your thing. You kick back, relax, no judgment here, mate. Harry said, what do you think of Rafa Camacho getting in the Champions League squad? I think it might be because of Mane being a dough, so we'd need a backup winger. it's a show of backing from the manager, Harry, isn't it? And it'll give the young lad a boost. So yeah, well done, good call by Klopp. I'm intrigued to see what happens with Mane. Um, I'll probably be shocked if he starts. I hope he does. I hope he is actually really fit and not trying to just push himself. But Klopp won't take any chances with him. But it is a good show, and it'll be a good confidence boost for young Camacho. And the manager clearly has faith in him. So I don't know what else to say, Harry. It's just a really good sign. Weed sucks. Viking beer is 10 times better. I don't drink really, Lars, so beer isn't my thing. I never really like the taste of it too much. If I was to have a beer though, I would have either have a San Miguel or Corona, or San Miguel, Corona. That's probably it really. They're probably the two main ones I drink. Heineken not a push, but I wouldn't be mad on it. At least everyone will play a bit more attacking this time instead of the big Sam's tactics. That's it. There should be a decent game at the weekend. Everton, they'll come to play. I think they won't sit back like Allardyce did. I think Silva thinks that they can do a job, and they're full of confidence, so bring it on. May the best team win, which will be us. Spanner FC will win the Premier League someday. Well, we're absolutely spanner doping, Connor, on here. If we can't just accuse Manchester City and PSG of financially doping without putting our hands up in the air and saying that we're spanner doping without a shadow of a doubt. If you know, we could get done on here for financial or spanner fair play. YouTube could come down on us like a ton of bricks and say to us, no, you're not living within your means, you're giving out too many spanners. Under spanner fair play, we're going to remove you from watch-alongs for 2 months. And then we'll fight our case in the European Court of Spanner Rights. In my imagination, we're already hunting poodles, but I think it might be one of those draws tomorrow. Does a draw do either of us any good? I think it leaves us in a better position than Paris Saint-Germain, Connor, I think. Aren't we a point ahead of them in the group? I haven't got my phone on me. I think a point does us better than them. Then we go and beat Napoli, and then Napoli are up Shea Creek, so fuck it. I'll take a point. I'll take a win as well. I just don't want to lose. But if we do lose, at least we know we beat Napoli by 2 goals and we're through either way. Nobody's going to want us in the last 16 if we get there. Nobody. So whether you finish top of a group or second, nobody's going to want to play Liverpool. I reckon we'll beat Everton comfortably, but don't know versus PSG, said Connor. Look, PSG are no mugs. They're a good team when they're on form. But they don't like it being put up them. So let's go there and put them under pressure, and let's go there and get stuck into them, go at 100 miles an hour. Do what we did at Anfield. They couldn't handle it then. They got back to 2-2. Then Firmino stepped up, came on the pitch, finished them off, job done. We can do it again tomorrow. Anyone know the name of the game where the mole pops his head up? It's whack-a-mole. Whack-a-mole, or on here it's whack-a-troll. Craig, thinking of changing my profile pic to Markovic, the god himself. That's one surefire way to lose your spanner that quickly, cart mate. Markovic, oh, getting shudders just thinking about it. People my age are getting drugs way too easy nowadays, said Jason Collins. That's a whole other conversation, Jason, around drugs. It's one that we'll probably cover it at some point on a stream or a podcast, but I don't really, like, I know you're underage, Jason, so I'm not really going to be influencing you either way, mate. I'm not going to tell you to do or not do anything. It is not my place. It's your parents' place to advise you on that, buddy, and I've got to be respectful of that. Do we not need to beat Napoli either way unless we win tomorrow? That's what I'm saying, Connor. A point tomorrow does us more good than it does anybody else, because we know we got to go and beat Napoli. If we win tomorrow, we'll beat Napoli to top the group. Either way, it's in our own hands, and that's all we can ask for. Craig, I'll be going to watch Liverpool versus Burnley with my teacher, and he's a Burnley fan. Look at Subi getting to all the games. Nice one, buddy. That's class. Very nice of your teacher as well. Fellaini in stoppage time in Fergie time. Yeah, with a handball. Let's not forget the handball. He punched it down to control it. His finish was really good though, to be fair. The finish was great, but it was definitely a handball in there. Antoine said, we don't need to be talking about weed right now. Damn right we don't. We need to be talking about the Reds. But it's never a harm to talk about a little bit of weed every now and again. I'm only joking. Let's hear talk about the Reds. What year did you start your channel? Last year, Wesley, I think. It's an odd one because... No, we did start it, didn't we? I honestly couldn't tell you, Wesley. I know we only started posting on it and doing live streams about 9 months ago. I think before that we stuck with podcasts every now and again, but we didn't. I think we had 100 followers or something, Wesley. We didn't do much with the account. We only started making a real push in the last 9 months or so. Just at the very end of last season, I think. So it's doing quite well. 4,600 subscribers. I think that's okay. I'm happy with it. Connor's happy with it. We're going in the right direction. And it keeps growing, which is great to see. I love meeting new people. We love talking to new Reds. And this is a family, so great to have people on. Be Entertained said, I think we'll pull off at least a draw with Paris Saint-Germain and beat Everton comfortably. I like that, mate. I like that. I'll take that very nicely. I think Claire thinks we're going to beat PSG. There's so many people that are really confident going into this game tomorrow. And it's so nice to see people that way. It's so nice for people to believe in the team, the manager, that we can go to Paris Saint-Germain and get a win. It's brilliant to see. It just goes to show you what quality we have in the squad. Jimmy Milner will pocket Neymar once more in the first 10 minutes. I think Mbappe will score. I'm going 3-1 to the Reds for Claire. Lovely. I love that prediction. Not seeing the goal, Craig. I'm not surprised. The basketball into the net. Anything to get a win. It was just to control it. It was still a very good finish from Fellaini, to be fair. Connor said, I think we started posting TOTT pods from October last year and then started streams from March or something. Yeah, so there you go. We started taking it seriously about 9 months ago now, is it, Connor? Something like that. So I think we're doing quite well. Win tomorrow and Napoli win, we go through. A draw tomorrow, we need to beat Napoli to go through, said Christopher. So there you go. There's the scenarios that could play out over the next 2 games. Mr. RJC, always a pleasure, sir. Talk to you soon. And Sauce Overload as well, mate. Always a pleasure. Talk to you soon. Jason Collins said, one of my friends took ketamine and failed the drugs test, was grounded for 4 months. I'm trying to help him get away from that stuff. Dude, mate, fucking ketamine is a horse tranquilizer. I mean, I was talking about class C's here. I was talking about weed. Ketamine, a whole different kettle of fish, buddy. I'm not even going to ever say no. I don't want to say just say no because it's cheesy, but stay away from fucking ketamine. That's a fucking horse tranquilizer. So his parents, you know, they did the right thing there, grounded him, and you're doing good as a friend, mate, to try and keep him away from it. Later on in life, buddy, you're an adult, then you can make your own decisions, but you're still developing, still a kid, and like your mate 17, I think you said you were. Stay away from that shit. Here's a question I'd love you to answer. Why are your 3 key players for Liverpool, or who are your 3 key players, excuse me, who are your 3 key players for Liverpool and who was your one for the future? It's a really good question. Oh my me, and it's a really good name. 3 key players. Ooh, that's a good one. Van Dijk, Firmino and Salah. Probably 3 easy answers. I mean, I could probably get a bit more deep or technical on that one, but it's the honest truth. The one for the future is a very interesting one. I would probably say Nate Phillips because I really like the look of him in pre-season. I'm still not sure if it's Nate or Nat. It's Nathaniel, isn't it? Nathaniel Phillips. So him. I think he's going to be an excellent player. I think he has a big future. And I was pleasantly surprised at what size the dude was. He's a big unit. So him. He's my one for the future. Although the obvious one for the future and that we're all going to see really soon is Ryan Brewster, and he is going to be fucking sensational. But thank you, mate. It's a really good question, and I'd love to know yours. I'd love to know what 3 Liverpool players you think are pivotal to the team. Good night, Craig. Just had a seizure, so Louise has sent me to bed. Stephen, mate, I hope you're well tomorrow. Get some rest. Louise done right, looking after you as always. Take care of yourself, buddy. Heard rumours Klopp is looking to call me up for the Everton game to break down the defence. I mean, I heard that myself, Jason, but I didn't want to go public with it, mate. But now that you have, big pressure on you, mate. You better fucking deliver, or you'll be the next Jordan Henderson. Hope we get to meet Real in the Champions League this season and fuck them up. We have a stronger team on paper, in my opinion. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad to play them again. I really want us to get to the final, just because I want to go and see the Wanda Metropolitano as a stadium, brand new stadium for Atletico. Tickets would be fucking impossible to get, but I'd love us to get there again. But first and foremost, as I've been honest all season, I don't care if we get knocked out in the Champions League group stage if we win the Premier League. It is all about the Premier League for me. Anything else is a bonus. Legends say Lukaku is still chasing his first touch. It's shocking, isn't it? The one when he came on against Palace, Jesus Christ, the state of that. Connor said it's nah. There you go, nah. Nah for Nathaniel? Yeah, I suppose it would be nah. Don't worry, I won't be taking any drugs. I value my life. Well in, mate. I mean, well in. And I sincerely mean that. You seem to have a good head on your shoulders, buddy. Well done. What would be your LFC 5-a-side? That's a really good question, Connor. Alisson, obviously. Imagine him. Imagine the fucking damage he could do on 5-a-side. Oh. Alisson. Who else would I have in a 5-a-side? I'd probably have Alisson, Trent, VVD, Firmino. Alisson, Trent, VVD, Firmino, and Lallana. Actually, if we were going for a 5-a-side, I'd probably have Lallana in there because he can work well in tight spaces. But it's a really good question. I don't think I've ever thought about that one before, Connor. So yeah, good question. If anybody else has a Liverpool 5-a-side they want to put in, please do. Craig, not sure if I'm going to come on tomorrow as my head teacher is a Liverpool fan, and some Liverpool matches he lets me and Liverpool students fans come to the hall, and here's the big TV. Subi, you watch the game whichever way suits you best, buddy. Never any pressure to keep coming on, mate. You do your thing, watch the game with your mates in school, enjoy it, and we'll catch up with you soon. Curtis Jones said Skipper Dog, another great player who had a fantastic pre-season. Shame he hasn't featured a little bit more as the season's gone on, but definitely another good show for the future. I'd rather finish bottom than third in this group. Yes, true, Connor. Fuck the Europa League. Honestly, fuck it. I get where you're coming from. That would also almost be an extra punishment. Although, Connor, in saying that, if we did go through to the Europa League, it could be a chance. Not that we want to. We want to fucking get through to the Champions League, or last 16. But if we did happen to finish... If we did happen to finish third, it could be a chance to give the kids a roll of the dice and say, fuck it, play them. We don't give a shit about the Europa League. Play the kids, play the backups, and see how they get on. I mean, it's how Harry Kane became the Harry Kane that he is. He got his chance in the Europa League for Spurs, proved himself, and look where he is now. So maybe we could do the same. But I get where you're coming from. It would be a massive headache. Thursday, Sunday football is horrible. Hope we get something tomorrow night. Wouldn't fancy having to beat Napoli by 2 to qualify. The Italian teams know how to defend. Yeah, but it's Napoli, Tommy. They're not the most defensively secure team. But we do things the hard way, so it could well end up that we have to beat Napoli by 2. We could be 2-1 up with 90 seconds to go. Ball breaks out wide. Jimmy Milner pops up, floats it to the back post. Lovren goes, but he's nudged by the defender. He just misses it. Van Dijk comes in late at the far post, side foot volley, much like he did for Holland, into the top corner. Job done. Insigne's over there crying. Koulibaly doesn't know where to look. And we're all celebrating because the Reds have just won 3-1. What's the problem? Job done. My 3 key players are Alisson, as we've needed a quality keeper for a long time, mate. We really have, you're right. Mane and Van Dijk. One for the future. Solanke, watch this space. I'm so glad to hear you back, Solanke, mate. Well in. The manager clearly has faith in him as well, so good for you. Antoine, don't worry about that, mate. You head off whenever you need to. If we crash out of the Champions League, can we concentrate on the Premier League and get Manchester City? They're going to fuck up, Rod. They're going to drop points. I just know that they are. They're going to go through that period where they have a few iffy results, and we have to make sure that we're within touching distance. We keep on their asses and the pressure will tell. They will crack. I don't care what people say. They're not infallible. Neither are we. But it's up to us to keep the pressure on. It's okay doing it after 13 games. We have to be there after 20 games. We have to be there after 25 games, 30 games. We have to be right on their fucking coattails or pushing ahead of them. Whenever we get a chance, we have to capitalise on any mistake they make. It's going to be tough. To win the Premier League this year is going to take serious fucking pressure. Alisson, Finnan, Van Dijk, Carragher, Robbo, Alonso, Gerrard, Coutinho, Suarez, Torres, Bobby, Mo. That's your team of all time, Jason, is it? Alisson, Stevie, Finnan. If you're going for a right back and you're just going on pure quality, Rob Jones is your man at right back. He's the fella you want. Van Dijk, Carragher, Robbo, Alonso, Gerrard, Coutinho, Suarez, Torres, Bobby, Mo. That midfield would be a hard one to pick. Again, this is probably from your generation, but if you're going back a bit further, there's a few more you could throw in that midfield. Alisson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Lovren, Van Dijk, Robbo, Millie, Hendo and Gini, and then the front three is the front three for Claire. Millie, Hendo, Gini. I think people's heads would fall off with that, as we said, Claire. Just Millie and Hendo. A lot of people don't like them playing together. I completely understand why, but yeah, some people just don't like those two in the midfield. Ferno's gone for Alisson, VVD, Shaqiri, Firmino, and Keita in his five-a-side team. Alisson, VVD, Shaqiri, Firmino. Yeah, that's a decent team. Bit of bite in that team as well, Ferno. Who else have we got? Done that one already. Drugs are bad, okay, said Christopher. And I had to read it out in that voice because he said to try and do the Mr. Mackey voice. That was my best chance. My best shot at it. Sorry if I fucked it up. But if I did fuck it up, you can suck on my chocolate salty balls. I hope you get that reference and you don't just think I'm a fucking weirdo. Solanke makes my eyes bleed, said Ferno. Origi does the same for me, mate. So now you know how the rest of us feel. Nobody I know likes Solanke. I still have faith in him. It's impossible to write him off. It's far too young to write him off. He's got time. It's far too young. He's far too young to write him off. He's got plenty of time on his side. He needs a loan though, in my humble opinion. Solanke is a young Sturridge. He'll be class, said Tom. Okay, said Jason Collins Mannion. Best five-a-side ever. Whoa, relax there now, Antoine, with that five-a-side team. Karius, Moreno, Lovren, Fellaini and Llorente. Who for the long balls up for a five-a-side? That would be interesting. Wesley, talk to you soon, mate. No worries. Take care. Cart said, who do you think Liverpool's best ever keeper is? Pepe Reina for me, Cart. And I know people are going to say Ray Clements, but I didn't get to see Ray Clements, so I can only talk about who I've seen. And Pepe Reina in his pomp was absolute quality. I mean, I loved the guy. Loved everything about him. He was one of my idols as a goalkeeper. Absolutely adored Pepe Reina. So for me, Pepe Reina. But I know the correct answer there is Ray Clements. He wasn't in my era, so it wouldn't really be fair for me to say. Now we qualify for the Champions League. If we finish top four, if we finish third in this year's Champions League group, it's Europa League for the season only. It is, yeah. We'll finish, if we finish top four Champions League next year. If we finish third in our group, we drop into the Europa League for the rest of this season. Subi, don't worry, mate. Do whatever works for you, my friend. Did anybody see Solanke's backheel goal for England? Asks Antoine. Yeah, I didn't see it live, but I did see a gif of it, and it was a tasty finish. A little fact, said Jason, I was named after Jason McAteer for his goal against Holland. Nice one. That was a mighty fucking goal for the country, mate. So, if you're going to be named after a goal for an Irish team, then that's one of the best ones. So, well done to your parents on that one. God, that was some moment. I'll never forget that goal. Side foot, opened up his body. Wonderful finish. Where else we got? Solanke's just a young lad with big dreams, which are hopefully going to come true. Love that. Exactly. I hope they do as well. We'll beat Napoli at Anfield. Not even worried about that. So at least it's hypothetical, said Claire. I think we'd have to be very confident to beat Napoli at Anfield. I mean, I'd be really disappointed if we couldn't beat them by 2 goals. I really would. At Solanke's age, Origi was so far ahead of him with everything, scoring a hat-trick against Southampton. The difference is, though, Fernand, mate, he was getting games. And at Origi's age, he was in a squad that wasn't anywhere near as developed as the one that Liverpool have now. So if you think about it, if you put Solanke back to that Brendan Rodgers squad, he'd be getting a game. He'd be getting a chance. So I think it's an unfair comparison, mate. We're so much further along in our development as a team. Good night, card, mate. Connor's trying to get booted out there by putting in the word Boovatch. How dare you? Not Nightbot saying, Connor, don't. You're getting a warning. See? Getting a warning. Getting a warning. Can you alter Nightbot? Who can alter the Nightbot thing? Can anybody click onto that and add words in that get them booted out? Antoine said my actual five-a-side would be Pickford, VVD, Varane, Mbappe and Salah. But Pickford's little arms wouldn't be able to reach all the way across, Antoine. His little T-Rex arms. Breaking Bad is unreal. It's a fucking great show. We owe a performance against Napoli after that display. It was the worst one of the season so far. It really was shy. It really was. Wasn't great at all. Of course it was Henderson's fault. Even though we came on as a sub, I think. Still Henderson's fault. Right guys, you know what? I'm absolutely cream crackered. As I said here at the start, I'm really not feeling that well today. I wanted to come on though. I wanted to look ahead to the game tomorrow. If you're watching this and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, then please do hit that subscribe button. If anybody wants the Ko-fi link, Connor can either put it in there now, or you can go into the stream notes. It'll be there as well. As I said, we did buy some equipment with it recently. We bought a ring light which will be delivered on Friday, so looking forward to that one. But thank you to everybody for joining us, and I will chat to you tomorrow. We'll be starting the watch along about 7:30 tomorrow, thereabouts. There you go, the Ko-fi link has gone in there now. It really does help, so if anybody wants to click on it, if anyone ever thought about donating or helping out the channel, then this is the time that we're trying to do it as a crowdfunding thing. The Ko-fi link is in there. It works in cans of Diet Chav. They start at €3 and they go €3 and you can buy as many of them as you want. Every penny will go towards new equipment for the channel, so thank you for that one. Hopefully I feel a bit better tomorrow. I hope you all have a wonderful night and a great day ahead of tomorrow's game. Wherever you're watching in the world, I hope you can join us for the watch along tomorrow. Love each and every one of you. Take care of each other, and up the motherfucking Reds.